In over 5 years of working with real estate agencies and developers across more than 15 countries, I've seen the same story play out over 100 times. You're running a real estate business and for a while things are going well. You're closing deals, you're growing your network, referrals are coming in, and then at some point it stops being enough. The referrals are unpredictable, your network has a ceiling, and you realize that if you want to grow, you need a more predictable system. So you do what feels like the logical next step. You hire a marketing agency, they promise you leads, they promise you results, and I completely understand that decision, because when you're running a business and you do not have the time to figure out marketing yourself, outsourcing feels like the smart move. But then the leads come in and nothing happens. The quality is not right, the follow-up is not working, and the deals are not closing. So you blame the agency, and the agency blames your sales team. And eventually you part ways, find a new agency, and the whole thing starts again. If this sounds familiar, this video is for you, because what I'm about to tell you is not comfortable, but it is the most important thing you will hear if you're serious about actually growing your real estate business. Every time you switch agencies, you lose money, you lose time, and you lose momentum. But the leads are not always the problem. The process around the leads is usually the problem. And I'm not saying that all agencies perform extremely well and deliver amazing leads, because most of them don't. But before we can conclude anything about the lead quality, we have to judge the systems around it first. Without the internal systems in your organization, the CRM, follow-up protocols, accountability, no agency in the world can get you results. So in this video, we're going to focus first on implementing the right systems that support your lead generation before we actually start generating leads ourselves or hiring a marketing agency to do it for us. The real problem is not the marketing agency. The marketing agency and its results are a symptom. The real problem is that you are basically giving away the responsibility that you have as the business owner in order to get results and get quality leads. So in that way, you blame the marketing agency for not getting you results. But in the end, it's your responsibility. You have given away the most important lever in your company, the ability to generate and convert new business to someone external who does not know your team, the properties that you have, your clients, or your team culture. So when this agency quits, or when you quit working with this agency, you are back to zero. No system, no knowledge, and no continuity. And you cannot scale something that you do not own. If you are a real estate developer, you have the same problem, but it's a little different. Because developers that are depending entirely on real estate agencies to sell their properties, well, you are dependent on their network and their referrals and their motivation. It's unpredictable and it's slow, and you basically have no control over it. So if those agencies stop performing, then your entire pipeline comes to a halt. There's no leads and no continuity of selling your project. So for developers, they might not work with a marketing agency or do their marketing internally yet, but they are also depending on a third party to sell their projects. And the growth of your development business should never be in someone else's hands. And that is the case if you only work with real estate agencies. So in both cases, you are dependent on a third party and you want to have full control of everything that's happening. And I'm not saying that you should not outsource anything, but I'm saying that people that you outsource to should be working according to your standards, your protocols, and your systems. So that when they leave or when you quit, you still have the same knowledge and the same systems implemented in your company. So how do we fix this? The only way to break the loop is to build these systems internally. This does not mean that you can never outsource, but whoever you work with needs to be fully integrated into your team and not operating separately from it. The goal is to build the internal systems, protocols, and the team so you can run it yourself. What needs to be built? A lead generation system you own, a CRM that your team actually uses, a follow-up process with accountability, and a way to track every single number and data in the pipeline. And once these systems are built, you are in control. You can optimize, scale, and predict the growth of your business. Look at every major company in the world. They usually do not outsource their core growth to an external agency. Yes, they work with marketing teams, but their main structures are in place. They build marketing teams, sales teams, systems, and processes in-house because they understand that growth is not something you can delegate, it's something that you build. The real estate industry is one of the last industries where business owners still hand this responsibility to someone external. And the businesses that figure this out first will be the ones that dominate their market. At Lead Estate, we do not just generate leads. We help you build the internal foundation that makes growth predictable. We implement the systems, the CRM, a sales dashboard, the follow-up protocols, the tracking, and we hold your team accountable to using them. Because a system that nobody uses is worthless. We help you hire and train the right internal people, an inside sales agent that follows up with all the leads, a marketing specialist, and we make sure that they are integrated into the whole company. And once the foundation is built, you own it. Even if you quit working with us, you still have the same systems in place. We have helped real estate businesses across more than 15 countries break this exact pattern. The first step is understanding exactly where your business is right now. What is working, what is not working, and what needs to be optimized. And that is what the company audit is for. You fill it out in less than 5 minutes. We call you and we give you a clear picture of what we would advise you to do. Fill it out and let's figure out what it takes to actually grow your business predictably. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.